What's going on, ladies and gents? Just 1 second to sort out my stream and we are ready to start with the weekly love reading for all 12 star signs. Stream and we are ready to... Okay, so all sorted out. And as I said, this is going to be a week lovely. Yeah, it's lovely, but love tarot reading for all star signs. Going from Aries all the way through to Pisces. I will use the traditional tarot deck, guys. And as well, I want to remind you that at the end of the stream, I will pick up, several people. You will get to answer your questions here in the comments. Hello, Georgie. How are you doing, mate? So you will get the chance to ask your question here in the comments, and I will pick up a few questions and answer them by drawing a tarot cards for the specific question given. And by that being said, a love tarot reading for the upcoming week, which by the way is from 12th to 18th of March here in Europe. The week starts from Monday, so it's from Monday where I start. It's apart from a different, it's not even a culture, but it's more like understanding. Anyway, so bear in mind that this is a tarot reading for the star sign. It is not a personal tarot reading. In case you do want a personal tarot reading, everything you need to know about it, guys, will be listed here in the post. My website and also my YouTube channel. By the way, for the YouTube channel, make sure you go and check it, because there the general weekly reading, it is already up, and I will start posting it here in my Facebook page. And also the the April monthlies are in process, and I'm doing an interesting spread there. It is called Enhanced Future Selling Spread. I do think that you're gonna like it, guys. I do think that gives a lot of answers, as covers up a lot of fields, even though it's general. So that being said, shuffling up, and 4-card spread per star sign. Happy Sunday, Terry. How are you doing? So 4-card spread per star sign. The first card will show where the star sign is finding itself in the intimate love and personal life. The second card that shows up the challenges the star sign has to face during this particular week, 12th to 18th of March. The third card that expresses past influence, which may either boost or ruin your current potential. And the fourth card that shows future influence, which is going to come over in the situation of the star sign. So I shuffled for Aries, and the first card where Aries are finding themselves at, that will be the Wheel of Fortune. The second card, which is the challenges Aries should consider, that will be the Eight of Pentacles. Then we do have past influence here, which is a person. We do have the Knight of Swords in future influence. That will be the Sun card. And by any means, guys, as we do have a person as a past influence, that is obviously either a past lover, past tutor, or a person who is trying to get into your way, to get into a relationship. Very, however, positive time during this week, as we do have the Wheel of Fortune for you for the situation in general. The only problem is that the Wheel of Fortune gives you speed. You want to make the things fast. When you bump into somebody, for example, you want to go on a couple of dates, and after that probably having sex, or etc., etc. It's just to make the things as fast as possible. And the challenge is, it's the Eight of Pentacles. It cannot be that fast, because if you meet someone, that card shows that person has had in the recently a traumatic experience into past relationship, and they need time to recuperate. So it's really tough for them to step out and just, you know, give you whatever they are supposed to give you or whatever they are capable to give you. That will happen with time. So for you, Aries, it is very important, guys, not to rush the things up. Do not rape the things. It is what we do say into our country. It's just allow them to unfold naturally, because the future influence for you is the Sun card, and only if the situation is allowed to unfold naturally, either in between you and the past lover, because that could be as well your past lover coming up, realizing how traumatic that experience was and how wrong they were, you know, and now there is a chance for you to, for them, it is not for you, but for them to make the things right, and for you to restore that past love in case that, in case this is your situation. And the things unfold naturally with the future influence. By the way, the future influence shows with the Sun card, it is also about burying the tomahawks of war. It is about making peace with people which you're feeling aggravated toward, especially if that's a past lover, as I said, or a suitor you had which you have denied, etc, etc. But in general, for you, Aries, that will be a week where you can restore love in general in your life, not just past love, but love in any kind of senses. It's just, it cannot happen as fast as you want it to be. I know how thrilling that is, you know, when, for example, you have been a single for quite a while and suddenly you find out that you can be with someone, you know, and it's quite thrilling, and you want to occupy their time, you want them to occupy your time, but it will happen more slowly. However, at the end of the week, as I said, things will get back on track, and it will start unfolding naturally for every one of you guys. Hello, Kimberly, how are you doing? Hello, everybody. For those who are just tuning in, now we are shuffling and going to Taurus. Yeah, Aries, high five. we just passed Aries. Chrissy, in case you want to watch it, you can watch it on a retape, you know, on the replay. However, make sure you stay for your rising sign as well and your moon sign, because they do as well matter. So Taurus is for you, the situation will be marked with the Two of Swords. Then the challenges, that will be with the Nine of Swords, and the future, the past influence, that will be the Death card. And at the end, we do have the Nine of Cups as a future influence, which actually I thought that you are doomed with the first couple and with the first three cards. But we do have the savior, we do have a something that saves the day. So what happens here, guys, is that you are facing some sort of a dilemma, or the week itself is going to present you with the dilemmas in your love life in general, and you will be very scared of making a certain choice, because none of these choices will either suit you, or none of these choices will seem like a safe bet for you. Or let me express it in a different way. You will not want to hurt anybody here, and that's why you may be hesitant to make a move. Regardless of that, it is important to, and it will be beneficial, as a matter of fact, to just wait it out, because the obvious action that you need to take, or the action that you need to take, will become obvious on its own. It's just, don't listen to people which does not have any clue about what you are going through. Okay, the answer needs to come, or kind of like the idea of what you need to do moving on forward in your love life needs to come from within. And what happens at the end is the future influence is that you almost have it. Basically, this is what the card says. You almost have it, either a future love or either a happiness on your behalf, because this is a personal life. It is not only being with somebody, guys, but being also with oneself feeling fulfilled of where one stands, and you will feel fulfilled of where one stands. As a matter of fact, this card, in case in relationship, it does shows that you are catching up a big fish coming on your horizon. So you, the very least, you're going to make a big impression of a person that really has what to offer on your behalf. But the problem is, you know, as I said, not being willing to hurt anybody else around you, because that could be the case where you have someone who tries to, you know, to be with you, but you don't want to be with them, and in the same time you are feeling reluctant to make a move towards somebody else because you don't want to hurt the first person. It is something like this happening here in that particular week, you know. But at the end, what you're going to understand is that if you don't do something for your happiness, no one else will, and no matter how much you try to please everybody, you will never be able to. So why don't you try to please yourself at least? Okay. Okay, so that was Taurus. Really swift, fast message for them. We had the Death card there as a previous influence, guys, because your life is start changing in an intimate perspective, not necessarily bad, because the Death card shows, guys, the situation now is starting to flux. It is back to stir, and a lot of things will start rearranging back on their own. And it is understandable why you may feel yourself into a place of dilemma, into a place where you're reluctant to make a decision there or to make a move towards somebody. Don't be afraid. At the end, everything will fall, as I said, on its place, and you will have your clearance. Okay, so I will shuffle now and we can go to Gemini. By the way, for those who are just tuning in, guys, at the end of this at the end of the stream, when I'm done with all star signs, which 10 more to go, I will also answer to questions from the audience by drawing tarot cards, so make sure you stay till then. So your question could be picked, who knows. I recently had someone asking me how I can get a free reading. Well, that's the way you get free reading. You catch me either at the end of the stream if you are lucky, or you wait till the end of the stream and listen to your rising sun and moon sign to get clearance what happens in the upcoming week. Okay, so now Geminis, for them, the situation will be 7 of Cups. Then it will be the Queen of Wands as a challenges, and the past influence, that will be the Hangman. Future influence, that will be the Three of Wands. This is a very broad and scattered message, in a sense that it could relate to many things in your intimate life, guys, but I will try to give it to you in a general manner so you can try to align it into your own personal situation. So what happens here is that that is a chase over somebody which thinks that they do deserve better. You know, for example, you are chasing a person and they think that they do deserve better than you are. So it's really unfortunate, or it's kind of like you're trying to align your life with somebody and even despite your tries, you are never good enough for them, you know. And with that particular sense, guys, this is happening because it is not in you the fault here, but with the person you're trying to be with, or the person you are with, because we have the Hangman as a past influence, and this is where the perspective starts to change, you know, and the process haven't been done yet until the very end, so you have to wait it out. There is no other way around it, and it is best here not to try to please again everybody, not to try to please that person. You need to know that true love comes only when at least according to the tarot cards, you know, because one tarot card has also a lesson. And the true love comes when one loves the negativities of their partner. You know, everybody can love positivity, but the true love comes when one loves the negativity. So if the person doesn't love your negativity and where you're not good at particular things, well, then you will never be good enough. That's my truth, and I'm sharing it with you now, and this is what I think. So this is basically what the story is in these 4 cards for you, Gemini, in the upcoming week. No matter how much you try to please that particular person and to align with them and to show them your support, they will not be able to see it because they don't have your perspective. But that is going to start changing here with the future influence, because the things will start happening just the way you are expecting them to happen. For example, you are telling to that person something right now, they're returning you, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, and stop talking me bullshits, I don't care. And after that, they will say you were right, you know, and you can return, I told you so. Next time you can listen to me, because I don't want your misfortune, you know, I don't want you to suffer. I just want to be beneficial here and lucrative, so we can have something in common in between one another. So you Geminis, you have that rather tough week in regards to personal life, but don't you worry. 3 of Wands in relationship is a card where, how can I place it, is a card where there is a big synchrony in between what's happening around you in the material life and what you are expecting or what your needs are. So things will start happening the way you are expecting them or the way you want them to happen. So these people will come to their senses, and then you will have the opportunity to make something out of it in case this is your suitor, or you will be able to shove it into their face in case this is your husband or a wife, you know, saying next time you better listen to me. Now going to Cancer. Wow, Cancer, your topic will be the Fool card. So we have an advance here, an improvement. Okay, the challenges, that will be the 10 of Wands. Then past influence, this is going to be the 9 of Swords, and the future influence is going to be the 7 of Wands. So there is a numerous things which are going to happen in your personal life during this week. But first and foremost, guys, your personal life is taking on a new direction. New beginning, is many tarot reader says, if I say all tarot reader says. But the Fool card is not exactly a new beginning. It is just before the beginning, because the Fool stays in between 2 infinities, if I may say that way. Perfect time to place a new goal in front of yourself. New house with your beloved, you know, having a kid, for example, as well, planning a vacation with them, so you can consolidate and quench the relationship, and the relationship can become indestructible. The problem here will be with the 10 of with the 10 of Wands. These are exterior duties that one needs to attend to, and these duties will not allow you, or kind of like they will basically reeve from your time, and you will not have the time you want to have, so you can devote to your personal and intimate life, guys, either with the one you want to be with, or with your husband, or with your boyfriend. So this is the only issue for you, Cancers. Time. Probably you will work a lot, because this is not a career reading. Probably a lot of friends will occupy your work. The 10 of Wands is also a card where one takes on a task that requires toils, that requires one to toil on it. So it's understandable that you will not have that much of a time for your intimate relationship, but very important here to be spontaneous. I cannot stress you that enough, because otherwise people will think that you are trying to possess them, okay? Especially if you are dating with somebody, try to be spontaneous, innocent and pure. That being said, express your emotions on site and don't hold anything within you, because I had a colleague of mine once saying me, you know, I always say whatever I have in my mind to people, because after that, at least I can have a good sleep. So this is what you need to do. Other than that, this week gives you the potential to be anywhere you want, being in a relationship, for example, or breaking up your relationship if you want to. So this is a start of new chapter into your intimate life in that week that it is coming, guys. It will be very how can I place it? I can't say it's going to be overburdening, because but you will have many additional tasks to complete and to accomplish apart from your personal life. So it will be a very, very busy week for what I can say with these cards. And at the end, we do have the future influence. That will be the Nine of Wands. The Seven of Wands, excuse me, and the Seven of Wands in that particular case says that you will have that fragile gift given you from the universe. Protect it and never allow anybody to infiltrate your possessions. Basically, this is in an opposition. This is where you stand and say, I will step out from my boyfriend, I will step out from my husband, because it is a realization that just one dream is not enough. You know, you can have a dream to be with someone, you can be with someone, but if you don't step for that particular person, it is doomed. So basically that's it, Cancer. This is the message for you. So I hope you capitalize on it pretty well. If you are single, look around yourself with the Fool card. Definitely there is someone around you which actually it is good looking and totally fits with most of your standards that you can do a relationship with. Now we go to Leo. Hello, Stella. Whoops. Okay, so Leo, your where you stand this week in your intimate life, that will be the Four of Swords. Then we do have the Fool card as a challenges. 10 of Wands, that will be very peculiar. I even refold and we have these couple of cards again, but this is past challenges here. And we have the Page of Wands as a future influence. Okay, this is past influence, not past challenges, excuse me. So what happens here, Leo, is that this is going to be the last drop in the cup, and you stand examining your emotions and consulting with maybe a therapist, or consulting with a very faithful follower of yours, very trusted person of yours. Should you stay in the place you are right now, either into current relationship or dating with a certain person, or being single even, you know, or should you make a different steps in your life? And this is happening here, guys. Due to these couple of cards, the 10 of Wands and the Four of Swords, because this is a realization that it is way too much of a struggle to sustain your current position. Okay, and it's just ain't worth it anymore, and that's why one needs to make the step toward improvement. And the step toward improvement will be done regardless of are you ready or not marked here with the Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands is the little brother of the Fool. It is how I like to say it. So challenges will be to step toward the unknown, so to step toward a new person coming into your life, completely new, and you have no time to get to know each other, or you know, just walking away from one relationship. Either way, guys, it is a time for taking, as I said, a new direction. Very important here is to realize with these cards how strong you are in reality, and that you don't need a certain support in your life. If you are in an abusive relationship, for example, when you think you cannot do it without the person who is pretending to stand next to you, guess again. Okay, you can't do it without them, and it is time for you to break that abusive relationship. Just saying, in case you are in an abusive relationship. But those which are single, I suspect with these cards, now that I'm looking them right now, this will be an approach. You will have like a message. This will be I don't know how you call it in English, but it's kind of like, you know, someone gives you a hint that they have more than a friendship toward you, or they like you, etc., etc., and you start sharing this with with the faithful companions of yours, and finding out what is the best approach possible toward that situation, because there will be a chance as well denying this person to never hear from them again. Okay, so that was for you, Leo, and now shuffling, going to Virgo. For those who are just tuning in, I will say again, guys, your weekly general readings are done on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is the same as my Facebook page, Radko Tarot, and you can go and check them out, as well as the April videos are almost done, so stay in tune for that as well. A very interesting spread is what I chose this time for the monthly videos, and if it does well, I will continue on doing it. It is quite of a toil, but I don't mind it, guys. I don't mind it. All right. So Virgo's got Four of Swords as where they stand, and then we do have the Nine of Cups with challenges, the Fool card as a past influence, and then what's going on? Then it's the Ten of Wands as a future influence. Is there any planets that are influencing all these signs? That doesn't make much sense. I mean, the cards does make sense, but it is, I am riffling and I'm thoroughly shuffling the cards. Anyway, very different, however, even though we do have almost the same cards because they're in a different position, this is going to be a very different message from what we got for Leo. Here, guys, is your abundance that takes place. It is your confidence on staying on that particular place where you are right now, ignorant for the different options available you do have around you. So let's say you are in a in a good spot into your relationship, and you don't want to change that at all, and you need to know that at least small changes needs to be done, okay? Because the future influence, it is what we do have, is the Ten of Wands, and when we do have Ten of Wands of a future influence, the situation, even though now satisfiable, you know, it is set on halt, or kind of like it is set on stall, and there will be no amusement out of it. There will be nothing to surprise you there, and soon it traverses to boredom. Soon it traverses to that orthodox routine where everybody has, where the love now takes the back seat, and it is more like a cooperation here, coexistent on benefits. So this is something you don't want to okay, and instead of that, it is best for you to overcome your fear of losing things when you do something extraordinary right now. So you need to do something extraordinary for your relationship during this week, and that extraordinary things needs to be something that you do like. The Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups, excuse me. The Nine of Cups, many people say that this is wish come true. Almost. It is always almost with the Nine of Cups. You are at the last straight line that you need to run through. Okay, and now it is important to maintain your focus upon that. So don't drop responsibilities into your relationship knowing that your partner will not mind it, or they will not make it a big deal out of it. It is noticeable, just so you know. It is important to keep your word, and it is important as well to, this isn't even about support. This is more about a personal satisfaction from the job well done, and it is a satisfaction you can bring to your partner from that, or towards your potential suitor. Anyway, those which are single, guys, unfortunately you have missed your chance recently. So this week I cannot see any chances for you with these cards. It is more like contemplating on the missed chance in the in the recent past, and realizing, you know, what kind of lesson you learned from it, so you don't repeat the same mistake back again. Oops. Okay, so now going to Libra. And guys, if you have missed what I said, at the end of the stream, what I mean is that, you know, when I'm done with Pisces, now we are at Libra, so halfway through is where we are right now. When I'm done with Pisces, I will take your questions, and I will also answer to them. So that could be a couple of questions, 3 questions, you know. It depends. It could be also 5 questions. It depends how much energy I will have after that. But yeah, I will definitely answer some questions here from the audience by drawing tarot cards. So if you want your question answered, you can take the chance and basically give it at the end of the stream. So make sure you stay for that. Yeah, if the Fool comes again, I don't know. I mean, I'm riffling the cards just like that. But I'm doing it on my desk, because when you do it on the in the air, it's kind of like you bend them way too severely, and there is a big chance to basically destroy your cards that way. So I'm doing it on my desk. Lisa, you can ask your questions at the end when I'm done with Pisces. Right now, I will neither going to see them because I'm focused on the readings, and as well I will not answer them right now at the end of the stream. So make sure you stay for that. So Libra, for you we have the Hermit as a current situation. You will find yourself into your into the week, and the challenges will be the Lover's card. Then we do have 7 of Wands as a past influence, and this is going to be the 8 of Cups as a future influence. Okay, so this is someone ruins the things for you, or basically they are ruining the things for them. What happens here, guys, is a deep contemplation and realizing that a person you loved, or a person you think you are loving, this isn't about an existing relationship, you know, this is about a crush. A big sobering is coming in your way about your crush, realizing that this person cannot give you any future whatsoever, and it is best for you to focus on a much more mature things, or a much more mature potential partner moving in the future, moving toward your future. This is in case you are single, Libras, because that is the Lover's card into challenges, realizing that what you are feeling, it is well unnecessary toward those people. It is just constraining you to experience personal happiness, to experience joy from life, because probably they are stuck in the back in your head, twisting and tangling your mind, not allowing you to actually see the positivity in any situations which they are not involved in. That's in case you do have a crush. In case you are single, then nothing much happens during this week, Libra, apart from that this time you will draw a line. and very well placed under that particular line. And well, you will make a frame of the criteria you want from your next potential suitor, and when next potential suitor comes in the next couple of months maybe, or in the next 6 months, it will be the right one for you. So I suggest you to wait for them and not just jump into any spontaneous relationships. In case you are in relationship, guys, these cards are also showing a big dispute among feelings, and that's why one needs to search seclusion in order to analyze their emotions and their feelings. The outcome is unpredictable of that particular process. One may realize that they don't love anymore their partner. Others may realize that they love their partner and they need to talk with their partner in order to save their relationship, etc., etc. But what happens in general during this week with these 4 cards, Libra, is that at least, the very least, you will be in tune with your emotions. Your emotions will not bother you anymore, and very humble regarding them as well. And you will accept them as something pure, and that will allow you next time you meet somebody to be exactly the one that will make you happy. Shuffling again, we are going to Scorpio. Oh, hello, Brandy. Thanks for the compliment, but I'm no, yeah, whatever. I mean, no, I'm not much of a sunshine, you know. Okay. Scorpio. Cross your fingers, guys. Cross your fingers for Scorpio. First card for Scorpio that shows up their situation, that will be the Chariot card. The second one is showing up the challenges Scorpios has to overcome. Six of Swords. Then we do have the past influence. This is going to be the Knight of Cups. And the future influence, that will be the Nine of Wands. Very controversy cards. Very controversy cards. What I can say with for sure here is with the Nine of Wands as a future influence is that definitely someone from the opposite gender will approach you somewhere in the future, okay? Because this is the future influence. Another future influence, I mean something that happens outside of this week, in the future, okay? But what happens right now is someone will ask you for a second chance, either your husband or a boyfriend or an ex. They will ask you for a second chance, and they will try to present you how happy you are with them, etc., etc. That will be the whole point of this particular week. Some may do it very consistently, some may do it very, you know, persistent as well. Others may be others may just, you know, text you once, and if you don't respond, they will not bother you anymore. But definitely you will receive a hint here and there that someone from your past wants to at least apologize for what they have done, realizing that what they have done wasn't right. So is it possible to reconcile? Yeah, but it will be by a long shot. Unfortunately, it will be by a long shot, because the Chariot says that you will have ties with someone else. So someone else, it is kind of either making you an impression, or someone else it is hoping that will be with you. And on top of that, we have challenges here, Six of Swords, which says that it will be very insecure, in a sense that you don't know where you are going to where you're going to end up if you reconcile. It will be anybody's guess. But in case nothing suits you right now, Scorpio, during this particular week, I advise you to wait, because the future influence is going to bring you someone from the opposite gender. Of course, if you want to be with someone from the opposite gender, because the Nine of Wands, guys, is a card in a relationship reading where the two pure beginnings, or the two primes, are seeking one another, and the two primes are, the feminine and the masculine, and the masculine beginnings. They are seeking one another, inevitably falling and bumping into one another. So yeah, you will definitely have someone in the near future that comes and approaches you. And in case you, Scorpio, nothing suits you in this particular week, you can wait for that. Anastasia, where is W? What is WV? Yeah, by the way, this Mercury retrograde, and someone said that it's retrograde here. It's kind of like it's interfering a lot with general readings. But I mean, when you do have a question, it's no problem whatsoever, because the question directs the reading, it gives a channel. But it's when it's general, it does look like it interferes a lot. Well, you need to consider yourself very happy people then. 2 exes wants me back, 1 ex wants me back, nobody wants me back. So it's kind of like, yeah, so you can consider yourself happy. Well, we are about to see after Sagittarius, so stay in tune here. Alicia, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Well, Brett, is always tough for us, the guys. Everybody's trying to win the impression of a woman. Nobody tries to win an impression of a guy. It's just this is the mindset that always the guys, those who needs to fight for one relationship and save it, etc., etc. So. Okay, so Sagittarius is 5 of Pentacles. It is the current situation, or not the current situation, guys, but it is where you stand here. And then we have the challenges. That will be the Sun card. 10 of Wands, it is past influence. And 8 of Swords, it is the future influence. So this is a fight that you will have with somebody around you, either with your boyfriend or a girlfriend, or in case you are single, then you will have a fight with a friend of yours, and these fights are because you basically denied them of something, or they have screwed up, and they have screwed up, and they have totally lost, how can I place it? They have totally lost your trust in them. So you cannot trust them anymore, and these people will try to make you feel guilty about it. They will try to place the blame on you. These kind of guys and girls, which are never their fault. Whatever happens, it is never their fault. They can always point a finger into someone. So I personally don't like these kind of people, that point the finger into somebody, because the fault, for what it seems, is mutual. We do have the Five of Pentacles, two people struggling, so it is a mutual fault here. And the Sun card as a challenger shows incapability to basically forgive to these people, nor you should forgive to these people, because that will be the Ten of Wands, guys, as a past influence showing the nature of the issue, and that is a serious issue. Could be a cheating, could be affair, you know, it could be that you have asked your boyfriend to do something and they simply didn't done it, or out of a foolishness, or out of because they have been lazy, etc., etc. It is basically something that you will never be able, you will not never, but at least this week you and them will not be able to find a common ground about it. And what happens after that? It is the Eight of Swords. And Eight of Swords in some interpretation takes place as a calamity regarding a certain state of communication. Okay, it's not about relationship, but of a communication, saying that, okay, we are not going to talk about it anymore, you know, let's just go move on forward with either our friendship or with either our relationship. But it isn't about resolving the issue. And you need to know that with the Ten of Wands, that issue may resurface again in the future, so be ready for that. It is not about your you to fix your behavior, if I can express myself that way. It is all about recognizing one mistake when one has done it, and the other one as well to recognize the same mistake. Because as I said, guys, it's pointing a blame here will not gonna help you, neither to you, neither to that particular person, because you need to both recognize where you both were wrong, because you both were wrong. So that was Sagittarius. Now going to Capricorns. Almost to Pisces. After Pisces, don't forget, I'm going to answer questions here from the audience by pulling tarot cards, so make sure you stay until then. Your question may be chosen. Who knows? All right. Oh. So Capricorns, Eight of Wands, what do you know? And then, wow, that will be the Six of Wands. Very passionate experience, very wild experience is what you have during this week. Couple of words I want to say about these cards, guys. We do have a peak experience that you have, but it will be an issue, okay, because it's happened way too fast. It could be a foundation of affair. It could be a foundation of just, you know, one-time sex, but in the same time having the crush around that person. So it's a very wild energy for you Capricorns during the love life and the intimate life. You don't have to experience it. You can be totally faithful to your relationship or to your lover, etc., etc., but it will be tempting. It will be tempting, and it will be something that pulls you over. So that will be a test of how much you love the person next to you in general. Past influence, this is going to be the King of Cups, and the future influence, this is going to be the Knight of Swords. So what happens? What actually forced that temptation, and what actually interests you into pulling yourself to a venture? Because I can say that this is just a venture, you know, it is not something consistent and something long-lasting. Disattachment, or kind of, I can say it's not even disattachment, but incapability of the one who truly, how can I place it? The one who truly wants you to express their emotions. These are, for example, these guys which are constantly asking you where you're gonna go, what you're gonna do, trying to keep on track basically your routine. And at the same time, when you ask them, I will go, for example, into the gym, why? And they say, oh no, like, I'm just asking. You know, they're not just asking, guys. They want to know, are you meeting someone else? Are you going out with someone else? You know, are you dating someone else? This is the reason. And the fact that they are not expressing their emotions, it is just stupid, because at the end, as I said, at least you're gonna know. So it is very important here, if you have such person or you suspect that there is such a person around you, just confront them, because even if they don't be true, you know, and they lie to you saying, oh no, are you kidding me? No, there is nothing like that. You're just my good friend. Yeah, bullshit. So at least you will know. And then even if you go through that wild experience you can have during this week, you will not feel guilty afterwards, okay? Because they have simply rejected. It's not rejection, but it's kind of like denial of establishing emotional connection. I'm not saying that if they say, yes, you know, I do feel for you, you can go into a relationship. That's not going to be the case, but at least you will know that there is someone that works more than just one venture, that just sex for one night. It's just, you know, couple of dates and that's it. Because the Eight of Wands is a card in that particular case which gives you with the one hand and takes with the other. It is something happening very fast, swift, unexpected, and it goes that way. It goes just as fast as happening. It is kind of like a tornado. Tornado appears for a couple of seconds or for a minute and it vaporizes that way. So be mindful of that, because one day you can chat with this new passion of yours, you know, and you can have a good laugh at, and after the next day you will never hear from them again. So it's more like amusement than a long-lasting relationship you have in store here, Capricorns. You have to be very, very careful about it. So commitments are not something you want during this week. Focus on your current relationship in case you have such, and if you are tempted from a passion, remember why you're with that person next to you. Just remember that it is not about passion, it is about love. And people which are going through a tough time into their relationship will be extremely exposed, you know, but again, difficulties in one relationship are just so the relationship can be strengthened and not weakened, because when you overcome difficulty it will never come back again. So you've set one thing aside that can ruin your relationship, so it's worth fighting for. Well, yeah, Lisa, it says weekly love tarot reading for all 12 sides. So it's for relationship and singles. I think I said that will be a passionate experience. So obviously, if you are single, then you can have, you know, just a crush during this week. Go out with that crush, have fun, but don't expect anything serious about it. In case you want to check your general reading that covers up in general things, make sure you check out my YouTube channel. The general readings are already out. And also soon the monthly readings for April will be also out. And I'm using very interesting spread there as well. So now going to Aquarius. Oh. Yeah, Lisa, it looks like that way. It looks like that way. So, Aquarius, Five of Pentacles is for you. Then we do have the Wheel of Fortune. The first card that shows up your stand there in the next week. Wheel of Fortune is the challenges. Six of Cups is the past influence. You know where I'm going. Six of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, coming from the past, either memories from the past or a person that made you feel comfortable from the past comes up again, and just to find out that this person completely changed. They are not what they were used to, okay? person from your childhood, for example, that you had a lot of fun with. You played all these games, you know, on a merry-go-round and on the swings, etc., etc., and you basically are so thrilled to meet them again, guys, just to find out that they have become jerks, just to find out that nothing else matter for them than the money, nothing else. So this is your personal intimate life that is going on. In case you are single, not much of a movement here. The Wheel of Fortune challenges, guys, shows that things are not going to speed up, or in a sense that there will be no surprises there. Okay. The future influence, however, it is the Knight of Cups. That could be a person coming up. Knight of Cups is usually a very dreamy one. Knight of Cups is a guy that always talks brave about emotions. He's not afraid to share what he feels and how he imagines the future. Okay. The problem with the Knight of Cups is that usually he doesn't know how to get there. So, for example, you start hanging out with someone and they start talking you how you're gonna have a house together, how you're gonna go on a traveling together, but in reality they don't have the fundings for it, they don't have the time for it. It is just they think that they will, but how they're going to do it, they don't know. But in reality, this reading, in case you are in a relationship, it does shows that you and your partner will support each other during this particular week. Unconditional support, because the relationship is going to face some difficulties. These are not extremely tough difficulties, but there will be numerous difficulties on top of that. So we do replace here the quantity over the quality. And even though there are small shenanigans here and there, for example, with the mortgage, there are delays, and delays not because of your fault, or you have been aggravated in your career, or someone basically hurt you from your friends with some words. You have unconditional support with your partner, and you can always go under their wing and being feeling protected there, being feeling safe and sound. So yeah, you will realize how rich you are having such a person next to you. But for those singles, nothing, as I said, for you Aquarius, nothing really happens this week for you. It is just you best, guys, focus on your career. The way I see it, best focus on your career. Well, cups are water signs, yeah, Jacqueline. But in the same time, if one individual have a lot of planets into the houses which represents water signs, you know, that they could be also expressed by a watery card. For example, you know, let's say that you are Aries with, I don't know, with ascendant Taurus, but in the same time you do have almost all planets into Cancer, Pisces, and and Scorpio. Then you will come up again as a Knight of Cups, or a King of Cups, or a Queen of Cups. So this is why I don't give you that examples, that this is definitely, you know, that kind of a person. There is a good chance to be one of the water signs, but also if he has a lot of stelliums in the watery houses, then he as well can come as a watery card, even though neither the ascendant nor the rising is, neither the rising nor the sun is a water. Hello, Jenny. Okay, so last but not least, going to Pisces, and after that answering questions to the auditory. My favorite part, by the way. I love answering questions. Okay, so Pisces, you stand as a King of Pentacles, proud, very aware of their possessings, as a matter of fact, very vigilant about infiltration of your possessing. This card shows Pisces that right now you need to focus on your friendships, you need to focus on your current relationship rather than just yearning for something new. The newness is going to bring you only instability, guys. You have so much that you can capitalize on currently on your plate that I don't think that you will have enough time because during this week to capitalize on. So you are standing in a very comfortable position. The problem here with let me draw the next card. Okay, so nothing to be afraid, because the King of Pentacles kills every other card. It is simply you have the power to kill every other card. We do have Earth sign as well. You stand and Earth destroys air, and we have only airy cards. So you have the opportunity to basically make forgiveness or to forgive into somebody who hurt you verbally. This is about a verbal expression where they said, you know, for example, I don't love you, or, you know, basically cruelty, mental cruelty you could have experienced in the past, and you can make in peace with this person and forgive them. The issue or the challenges, five of swords, is know your limitations, or you have the mental, it's not even a mental clarity, but the determination and the organization to surpass your limits in your relationship life. So you can go for someone that you think you are not worthy for them, or kind of you think that they will not pay attention on you. Well, they will. Seeing you how it is, because it's more about consistency here and more about what you can offer into one relationship, into one long-lasting relationship, than just spontaneous jumping into one another, you know. And the future influence, that is the seven of swords, saying that whatever you do in this week regarding your intimate life, start dating with people, or basically sort out misunderstandings into your relationships, etc., etc. It will be long lasting, and it will be true. Okay, true, like in a sense faithful. It will because when you do it, it will stay that way. You will not be deceived from the current situation. Current situation will stay the same way. So let's say really your partner hurt you in the recent past, deeply hurt you, and you couldn't put it out of your mind. This week, guys, you will be able to sort this thing through and as well forgive them. And when you do so, they will never, ever, ever do that again. And they will feel guilty about it, by the way. They will feel really miserable that they let that thing happen, you know, that they spoke too harshly, that they made that mental cruelty towards you, that they hurt you, seeing that everything you care about is them and the relationship itself. Those which are single, guys, these cards are showing that despite of the attempts of someone in the recent past, they could have not fooled you, and you will not be that fish jumping into their nets. Okay, and despite of how cute words they're using, you have become aware of their true nature, and you know that they will be lying. You know that they will take advantage of your emotions, of your wealth, of your position in the society as well. So they will use you as a trampoline. You will not allow, my point here is, Pisces, is that you will not allow anybody to take advantage of your emotions during this week and the week that going on forward. So that was the tarot reading for all 12 star signs. Just let me take one card because it fell down, and now I will answer to your questions. So you can start, guys, typing down your questions here in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support you're giving me recently in my YouTube channel. And again, bear in mind that these are general love tarot readings. They are not personal love tarot readings. In case you do want a personal reading, everything you need to know about it will be listed here in the post, or you can check out my website, tarotpredictions.net, as well. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel. That is the same name as my Facebook page. Okay, make sure that to subscribe, because there will be daily content there. Daily readings, weekly readings, guys, lunar cycles as well, monthlies. I am constantly trying to improve the content there. Thank you everybody. Okay, so Beta, we got our first question, and that is Beta. Or Beta, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your word correctly. Thanks, Oleg. Oleg, by the way, is a friend of mine from my childhood, and actually he's the only one left that types me time to time, you know. He never changed, which I'm grateful for it. Really, really valuable person to have. Okay, so Beta, we have the Five of Pentacles for you, and this card in your particular can I be good into something? At first reflects to more practice. So yeah, you can be, but the point is how much you believe in yourself, okay? Because the Five of Pentacles expresses, in that particular case, insecurity into one personal capabilities to tackle with whatever comes in your way. So when you have that confidence that you can pull it through, that you can play well, you know, be a musician. That was the question, right? Yeah, be a musician, things will start happening, but also comes to practice. It comes to mental virtue here and consistency. So be consistent, because the Five of Pentacles is also a card showing that you can only improve from now on, you know. Okay, so that was for Beta and or Beta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kami, do you see me travel? Do you see any travel for me? Actually, with the Emperor for you, it will be more beneficial not to travel, because you will soon you will have a lot of things to deal with. Beneficial and lucrative things, in a sense that will regard responsibilities. Kami, responsibilities will allow you to take control over your entire life. Traveling is not something you want. It is about settling for you in the future. Katie, multiple options and need guidance in love. Wheel of Fortune, be an opportunist. Take the first opportunity coming in your way, and basically that's that. Okay, because the Wheel of Fortune in once in a lifetime opportunity, and you gotta take it. I don't know what that means and how it relates to your situation, Kati, but if for example someone approached you that you had you basically had no hope of approaching, well, you gotta take him. Elena or Elaine, Aries Pisces is a good relationship? Question mark. You're asking from astrology points of view, I think, but from tarot points of view, Aries is the Emperor and Pisces is the Moon. Highly uncompatible cards are put together, They, first of all, they are natural enemies. Second of all, they kill one another. While the Emperor wants security, stability, and control, the Moon goes more to the imagination, you know, and dwelling into the emotional, inner emotional state. And basically, one focus more to the material, the other focus more to the spiritual world, if I may say that way. You need to have the Lover's card there in between, so it can make a bridge. Okay, so that it has to be a true love for the love for the tarot in order this to work out. Again, I am saying only from the tarot perspective. I don't know what the astrologers are going to say about it. So want to get engaged to another girl, Bian. I don't know. I understand that. I'm not sure I'm understanding that question. Do you have that girl now? Okay. So thank you, Beta. What should I focus on my first to free myself up from creating? Wow, you totally lost me, Rosane. First of all, what you want to create. Second of all, what is focus on first to free. I mean, you need to know that this is how tarot cards works, guys. You need to have tarot card. What tarot card does is connect the past with the present, so it can give it meaning for the future. If you don't know the past nor the present, you cannot give any meaning for the future. I can give you keywords and nothing else. And with keywords, nothing happens. It basically very little people can literally relate those keywords. Is relating these keywords to their situations. Terry wants to know about their career, and we have the Four of Pentacles for you, Terry. So it does look like a lucrative thing. Actually, I don't know if you're working right now, but if you're working right now, you are going to stay in that place for quite a while. And your financial state is going to increase. Very defensive position in a sense of not leaving that place. You're going to guard it. It is kind of like it is your life, or the life essence of your life, if that makes sense. Okay, so Brandy says, will my relationship with my boyfriend recover? Very possible, Brandy, with the Five of Wands, because the Five of Wands is this kind of separation that happens, or this kind of you know, arguments that happens in between two people, which create heat. And that particular heat, when once burst out, or conflagrate is the correct expression, conflagrate, it can heat up and warm the relationship instead of place a iceberg in between you and him. So yeah, it could happen. Usually Five of Wands comes where you both, for example, fight so much that at the end you're both sick of it and just make up with sex. Nano asks, will my sister overcome her battle? What her battle is all about, it is not sure right now. That card says that it is anybody's guess. Okay, so it is way too early to judge. Probably there is things, some conditions that needs to be accomplished first, and then Tarot will be able to answer. Right now, it is very possible to overcome, or it is very possible to fail. What these cards reflects are kind of like the mother's hope for their kids. Okay, because the mother's always hopes for the best, but the kid may not become the best. Okay, but it may become the best as well. Being talking with a guy, we would work out, asks Hannah. you have to invest a lot in it, Hannah. That is the Six of Pentacles. Not to mention that as soon as you start working out, he will start asking you for favors. He will start overburdening you with his problems, while in the same time he will be ignorant for your problems. I'm not sure that you do want that kind of relationship, but yeah, it can work out. Amanda asks, will I meet someone special anytime soon? You can, but you have to be ready for it, because this card points that you are somehow closed within yourself, not allowing anybody special to come around. Okay, so you have to be open to invite love in your life, and only when you are open to do so and willing to make consistent and slow, meticulous, thorough steps toward it, then you will find your special. And one last, I want to choose a really interesting one. Wow, that is an interesting one. So Letitia, will it work out between me and old friend I'm back in contact with after 30 plus years? He kind of sends me mixed messages. Thank you. Only on a mutual benefits. We have the Queen of Swords, so that will be, as I said, he needs to have something in it, and you need to have something in it. This isn't about love, it is about maturity, and it is about how helpful you can be to one another. Definitely you can create something with this person, but as I said, it should not obstruct love, but in the same time, the love will not be the driving motion and what stirs that kind of relationship. So that was everything for this evening, guys. Thank you all for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it and you liked it, and you can capitalize on those messages I gave you for the 12 star signs. And if you do have any recommendations, you know, of how these live shows needs to be done, or what you want to see here, etc., etc., or in general, if you have any feedback, either good, bad, or different, it is always welcome. That being said, in case you're interested in a personal reading, everything you need to know about it will be listed here in this post, or you can check out my website tarotpredictions.net, and you can find my services there. Okay, and with that being said, stay tuned for the weekly readings, because they soon will pop up, and or if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you can check them there. And I'm signing out now, and see you next time, guys. Thank you for all the support, and stay in tune with Tarot Predictions. Bye.